Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Before We Leave. Hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am. We're jumping right back on into things today, but before we get into the gameplay, we need to do some administrative stuff because there has been an update titled The Kraken Comes. Just when we thought we were getting to the end of our series here, they drop a nice big update for us to tag on to what we have left. And it sounds actually pretty interesting, so feel free to pause the video here if you want to read through everything specifically, but I'll give you some of the highlights. So first and foremost, it's titled The Kraken Comes because the mighty Kraken has awakened. It rules the seas in all its terror and splendor. Perhaps we can use its strength to our advantage though. So that's one of the biggest things, obviously, because it's titled that we're going to get to explore. So the Kraken is very similar to the Minotaur, to space whales, so on and so forth. It is an enemy to our peeps, but there are different ways to get around them being an enemy, it seems like. And on top of that, there are now ways to make gremlins, minotaurs, sphinxes, which we have not discovered yet, as well as the Kraken help your peeps and your settlements, which could be interesting because the Minotaur does get a little annoying, to say the least. The gremlins are fine because it doesn't really notify us on the gremlins, but it notifies us every single time on the Minotaur. So that could be pretty cool if we can have them help us. Also, on top of all of that, we can now research the ability to build our own shelters to save our peeps from space whale attacks. So the shelter that we originally started in on our first island on Earth, we now have the capability to actually make one of those ourselves, or make multiple of them, depending on what we are looking to do. On top of that, they also mentioned that space whales now will no longer specifically target planets that have space elevators on them. They will now target any planet. So realistically, you would want a space elevator on every single planet to be safe. That's a little bit of a bummer. It was kind of nice to have the space elevator set up and then not have to worry about it, but it's sounding like it's going to be a little different now. Also, we can now research advanced shipping in our libraries. So this allows us to upgrade our shipwrights to construct submarines and large trade ships, which obviously will then hold more capacity as we are going between islands. Also, submarines allow us to explore sunken ruins, while the large trade ships allow you to transport even more resources. Yeah, so like I said. So you can also now have manual shipping of resources and peeps between planets. So that was something that wasn't there before, and I never really noticed that. I guess I just kind of always set up a supply line and just had that be like that. But if you think about it, before when we were on a planet, we could have a ship and just manually move stuff as we needed, but we never really tried that between planets. So that is actually kind of cool. And then on top of all of this, our peeps are now going to deliver resources out of the buildings they're working in, as well as fetching resources it needs. So just a little update, a little tweaking to the AI or the NPC movements for our peeps, which is pretty cool. And it says right down there, the full patch notes can be found on their Discord. I would highly recommend, if you're interested in it, heading over to their Discord and jumping in there and taking a peek, because there's a whole slew of things, more specific details that I'm not covering just by going through this. So with that being said, we're going to continue on our gameplay. It does sound like a really cool update, and I actually was not anticipating it. I haven't really kept up with what was going on in development around this game, but I just so happened to jump onto Twitter today, and I was looking at their Twitter, and it said that they had this update coming, and I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. And I figured, well, that's going to extend our series a little bit longer. Now, we haven't been getting a ton of views on the series, but I'm enjoying it so much that I figured that we'll just keep going with it. We might tone it back a little bit. You might have also noticed that Crash Lands has kind of fallen off as well. Just kind of not having a schedule has been nice. So it's been a little sporadic, but it's been nice to just kind of mix things up. You get into those ruts of a schedule and it's not fun. But anyway, I've been blabbering on way too much. So we were trying to get this island set up here so we could get some red research going, that we could get it from here, or red technology. I keep calling it research, but it's technically technology. But anywho, where is our library? Let's take a peek in here. I'm a little curious where they put in these additional items. So we have shelters right there that we can now get. So it's a little closer to end game for the shelters. And then we have advanced shipping here, which isn't too far. It's still a little bit end game. It's definitely nothing close to the beginning like any of this stuff back here. But we could take a peek at the advanced shipping. So yeah, pretty much what we've talked on. And unfortunately, we can't do it here on this planet. We're going to need to go to Earth to do it there because we're having all of our technology sent to Earth so that we can do the research there. So with that being said, before we jump to Earth, let's get a explorer on this island, a explorer's hut, so that we can collect all of this red technology. I'm gonna mess it up every single time. Well, I think right here would be perfectly fine. We could put it there, and then realistically we'll put like a road like so. So we'll kind of like spread it off this way, and we'll have this come maybe like so, or something like that. We do have electronics on this planet, or on this island as well, so we could grab those. And we're also going to want to get a elevator up and going here. So let's grab an elevator, and let's get this placed in. It would be kind of cool to put it here, and then put a bridge over this, like so, to come over there. That would be kind of sick. Maybe we'll do that. We do have a space whale incoming. Well, it'll see how these new mechanics are, because it did say that, you know, obviously they're not going to attack just Earth anymore, which is a little bit of a bummer. I was, you know, hoping that it would just stay that way, but that's okay. Perfectly fine. I am curious though, because if we want to put a fountain in here, will this reach everyone? It will not. It'll reach everyone right here. So we're going to want to stick within this area, or we could bump it down here. That might actually be... I feel like realistically, it's not going to work either way, unfortunately. We'll probably have to put in multiple fountains, which is fine. We can do that. So let's get another house, another hut or two in here, so we can have some more peeps going on here. I think we're also going to need a school as well. So as I've mentioned before, it does get into a lot of repetitive items, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, the more that you do it, the more that you kind of start to realize how to approach things in a strategic manner. Do we have a woodcutter on this island? We do not have a woodcutter yet on this island. I don't believe we do, at least. Oh yeah, because I wanted to put a bridge in here and then have it loop around or something like that. I mean, we could cut this out right through here. Let's nix these bad boys out. And then I'll put like, maybe I'll put it back in here somewhere. So that's up and going. But yeah, you get a little bit repetitive on items, but you do get a little more strategic on them as well, which is kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see how ultimately everything ends up working out, and how you start to develop good ways about getting your islands set up. I mean, if you look at our first island, it was a cluster. I mean, we have warehouses all over the place. It's not well organized. It's just not that great. I mean, we make do with what we have, unfortunately. But as you see, our new islands like this one, we have it laid out very smart. You know, we know that we're gonna need warehouses. We know we're gonna need some housing, and we know that we need things in relation to that housing. Let's put this, and maybe we'll loop this like so, and then we'll put in our woodcutter right there. Resource gatherer, woodcutter. We'll put you right here, buddy, so you can get some of that stuff. And they do need food. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool progression to be able to have the opportunity to see happen. All right, we do need to place this down as well. I guess we could probably nix this bad boy out here and get that set up. So why don't I cut away? I'll do a little bit of work on this island. I do want to jump back to Earth to get that research going as well. But obviously I don't want to bore you guys with all of the same old, same old. So with that being said, let me do some work and we'll be back. Alright guys, so I've been doing some work and we got our first notification around a space whale, and this time it's not coming for Earth, it is coming for Mars. So let's see, we're going to speed things up here. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much, so we're just going to have to watch and see what it picks up and kind of fix things as needed. So we did get lucky and it just went into the water, so nothing too crazy has happened. As you can see, it just took out these chunks right here. So that is going to be a bummer thing, is that we're going to want to get another space elevator going to prevent that kind of thing from happening. So if we come over here, we do have, where is it? The space elevator. Unfortunately, we do need a lot more tools and a lot more steel. So we're going to have to send a lot of that here in order to get that up and going. But if we do that, then we should be able to make it so that we aren't getting attacked on this island or on this planet anymore, because obviously we want to protect all of our planets, especially Mars. Mars definitely has a lot of production on it. It was one of our well-developed islands or areas. What are we waiting for here? Steel. We're waiting for iron. We're waiting for iron ore, and I think I'm sending iron ore via a trade ship, I believe. Let's take a look at our system view here and look at our trade routes, manage shipping. So from Venus to there, but our Venus does not have iron ore to send. So let's take a peek what's going on here on blue. Our blue island, are we out of iron ore? I think we are. I think we are completely out of iron ore on this island, which I don't know, where were we getting it from? That's a wood generator. I don't even know why did I have it set up on here then. If I don't have any iron ore here, I'm confused as why I had it set up. I mean, we could get some, or no, there's no iron on this island either. Okay, why did I set it up that way? Let's go to Mercury. Do we have some stuff set up over here? That we do. So maybe that's where my mistake was. Maybe I was actually trying to send it from Mercury to Mars. Now, we have two of these bad boys set up. We have iron and wood. Do we have a bunch of iron stored? We do. Okay, so this is this was my mistake. I set it up wrong in the previous episode. I need to change the shipping line so that it's not Venus. I want to, or that's, oh yeah, Venus doesn't have anything. Okay, so that's right. And then Mercury to Mars is sending all of the iron ore. Okay, so no, it is set up properly. So it should be sending everything, and I thought they had fixed that where you click off of it. There we go. And we don't have a trade ship attached to this? Oh, maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe I did not attach the trade ship to it. So there we go. Now it should be set up properly. Holy smokes, that was not easy. So let's go back to Earth here. And what do we got going on here? Waiting for iron ore. We're completely out of iron ore here on Earth. Holy smokes. We are definitely burning through things extremely quickly, but we have a ton of tools. Look at how many tools we have. We almost have 500 tools stored up here. But let's go to our research, because we can do some stuff here. We can't do anything down this way just yet, but we can do the advanced shipping, so let's do that research. And I'm curious if the submarine will allow us to go to some of these ruins that we see in the water and collect resources from them. You know, like these sunken ruins here. I don't know what they're going to discover. I wonder if we're going to eventually run into the Kraken. That would be kind of crazy. So that's going to get going there. And let me jump back then over to Venus, right? We were working on Venus, or was it Mercury? Nope, Venus. So I have been getting things set up here. We did have some situations where we didn't have enough peeps. They didn't have enough food. It was kind of struggling. So I got a ship set up to go between the two islands just to provide a little bit of food to get going. I'm going to bump it up into the next gear here. And what we're going to want to get going then is a school, because the school is going to help us get more peeps going here. So I think right here would be perfectly fine to get the school. We can just stick it there in the corner. That will increase our population of peeps, which will then help, you know, man some of these stations. I like our wood station. We don't have anyone there because we just don't have enough peeps. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That did not pop up. And we are running low on tools. So that's probably going to be the other thing that we're going to want to get set up between these two, is some tools. So tools, we have 40 there. Let's maintain a target of 15 onto our red port here. Cool beans. So this will get going here. We could even bump it up into 4th gear just to get things moving along a little bit better. And then the other thing that we do actually need to set up, because it's going to start collecting, it already has, is between the two islands, we're going to want to send our research. So all red research, we're going to send to our blue port here. And then we should have from here all of our research then being sent back to Earth. So we have 554 blue research on this island. We need to send this back. So we are currently on Venus. So let's go to our system view, take a look at our supply lines. Just like so. And then Venus, we're going to want to send all of our blue research and all of our red research. Now it's going to pop up as probably not having it right now because we haven't sent any. But as it starts sending it to our main island, we will have this populated and be able to send that back to Earth. And as you can see, Mercury is already done with everything, so we could actually nix some of these ones out of here. Just like so. Cool. So where were we looking at? So we were looking at, flight lines, manage shipping, please. So Earth to Venus, we are sending 40 tools. We're maintaining 40 tools there and some gadgets and so on and so forth. Mars, we have a maintain of 30 steel. Now what I'm thinking is we're going to want to get up and going another trade ship that we can just have idle to move things as we need them. Because as you saw, we want to put a space elevator on Mars, but I don't want to set up our supply line to maintain a number of, 80 steel on Mars. I don't think that would really be feasible. So really our best bet would be to get a trade ship and then just be able to manually move things. So let's get another trade ship being built here. And then we can just manually move items as we so need to. How is our research doing here? I think we actually finished it up, right? If I'm not mistaken, we did. So we do have advanced shipping now. And I kind of am interested in doing it. I kind of want to do it on this planet. I mean, we have the most resources here to build a lot of these things. So let's take a peek here. So we have our scout ship, our colony ship, and our trade ship. We do need to upgrade it, though, to a shipwright 2. Okay, so that's what it allows us to do, is to upgrade it to the 2nd tier of it. And if I kick it into high gear, it shouldn't really take very long. This is honestly one of our most productive areas to be in because we have so many resources available to us that it's pretty easy to get everything that we need. How are we doing on this ship over here? It's slowly but surely piecing itself together to get a trade ship that we can manually move things. Are we good? This trade ship has been constructed and is loading resources and crew. Cool. So that'll get going there. And then how are we on our shipwright? Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that looks so cool. That is super cool. All right, let's kick it down a notch here and just take a little peek here. So we do now have the submarine. We have a colony ship, and then we have a large trade ship. So you have now negated the option to have a normal trade ship. Your only option now, if you upgrade to a shipwright 2, is to have a large trade ship. I feel like that's something that it should still be an option. I don't know. I'm guessing that they don't, the developers aren't probably watching this series, but I might reach out to them on their Discord because I feel like you should still have the option, even with the shipwright 2, to make a normal trade ship. Because maybe you don't have those resources to make a large one, or you don't want to make a large one. What if you still just want to make a normal one? So I think it should still just be an option. So maybe I'll drop them some tips over, or some suggestions, I should say, over on their Discord. I do want to see this get built up though, because this one would be pretty cool to do. All right, that's interesting. So we're starting off as a normal ship with a mast. I did click the submarine, right? Yeah, it is the submarine. Okay, we're getting there. I am kind of curious though too what else we could do with our... It said we can help our peeps with let's bump this down, with like the Minotaur and stuff like that, but I don't see anything necessarily. But cool, we have our submarine up and going, which is really cool. I do want to take it out and try to explore some of these ruins. So let's pull it over here. It should come this way. Oh, it's so cool. It sinks down and it's just going along. Oh, that is so cool. Look at that bad boy. It's so cute. All right, so we do want to take it over here. And I kind of am thinking maybe, like if we pull it over here, will it let us explore this? Oh, holy smokes, it does let us explore these. So finally these things have a purpose. Maybe explore this one here. Okay, let's bump it up into a higher gear and let's see what we get going. Hopefully we don't get the Kraken. Okay, this is gonna take a hot minute. Oh, it's kind of cool. It gets like a little beacon signal, as you can hear. Oh, that's kind of cool. And our trade ships are just floating on right by. Now, I'll be curious once we explore it if it'll get rid of it, if it opens up that tile to be free then. So things can then pass through it. Oh no! What is that? Is horrible luck. That is horrible luck right there. Literally on our first exploration of sunken ruins, we awaken the Kraken. I mean, I don't know if that's meant to be, but seriously, on our first one, we've awakened the mighty Kraken. Great. Longs to be complete again, whatever that means. Oh, great. Let's see, what happens from this then? Does it just sit there then? It kind of looks like it just sits there, so I'm guessing that there needs to be more pieces for it to do anything. I mean, can we pull it over here then and try a different one? Let's try a different one. I'm a little bit curious. We're going to do this one. I'm going to let it go, and then I'll bring you guys back once we get that explored. Alright guys, so it completed the research on there, and it popped up with this notification. Your submarine Alice found a cache of green research on a sunken ruin on Earth. So it looks like it's just finding research thus far. It did disappear with that item that I was looking for. And then also the Kraken has disappeared as well. So I don't know what happens with that. A little interesting, he just kind of disappeared. I wonder if it's going to attack our ships at some point, which would be a little bit of a bummer. But we're going to have to, you know, just keep an eye out for that. Now I do want to, can we not explore anymore? Do we have to return to like a port and then deposit this? That would be kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean it didn't give us the option to explore again, so I'm guessing we have to go back and unload our research. But I don't know, I don't feel like that was really worth it. I mean, you got 10 green research. I mean, unless you get something really lucky from some of those. Let's just transfer all those, I guess. Yeah, unless you get really lucky, maybe the odds are just stacked in a certain way. But, I mean, to come all the way out here, well, first, to have to get to a shipwright 2, so you're already pretty far in-game, then to make the submarine, and then coming out and exploring, and possibly awakening the Kraken, and then one of the things that you could get is literally just 10 green research. I don't know if that's really worth it when you could go to an island or explore different planets to get a ton of research. Now, maybe it makes sense if you've already explored all of your planets, you've exhausted all your research, but probably by that time, anywho, you'd have plenty of research to be able to do everything that you need you'd have enough technology to do everything that you need. So, I don't know. Maybe we could try one of these ones where it looks like more of a building, and we'll see what we get from that. Alright guys, it's just about finished up here, and there we go. We just got another thing of green research, or green technology, I should say. There's the Kraken right there, though. It did come back. Is it going to attack us? No. Okay, it's just chilling over there for whatever reason. Yeah, so I don't know. And then the other thing too is that once you find research or you find technology, you can't just you know, keep looking. You have to go back to a port and unload everything. So I don't know. Maybe this is something else that I'm gonna leave a suggestion for on their Discord. It doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me that, you know, you have to come all the way back after you do one exploration with this. And most of what we've been getting thus far is just green technology. So I don't know. We do have the possibility to do more research though now, because we have sent a lot of that red research back here, which is pretty cool. So we do have the option to do whale charming now. What is this? Allows construction of a whale charmer. Interesting. Maybe this will make them more friendly? Let's do that. Because we do have one that's incoming relatively soon here. So we're going to do that. And we do need to head back to Venus. And we need to check on our island here and see how we are doing over here with everything. Yeah, everyone is unhappy. Extremely unhappy. Oh my gosh. This dude is not happy. Why are you unhappy? Heavy pollution. Really? There's heavy pollution? Oh, maybe just from working here there's pollution. Because I don't think these are polluted. Yeah, those tiles aren't polluted. They look off, but they're not polluted. So I have no idea. Now we can take the risk, and we could explore this. We're going to do it. We're going to explore it. Explore at our own risk. It goes really quick. We do have a chance of getting the Minotaur, or I think there's the Sphinx as well, which we have not encountered yet. It'd be kind of cool if we encountered the Sphinx. Oh, sick. So we learned shelters. It actually worked in our favor that time. Holy smokes, I don't think that's happened in a while. Something actually working in our favor. Okay, I did want to put in a bridge here. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Put in a bridge there, and then I do need to put a road up here. And then I can put in another bridge up here. I just like bridges. I mean, realistically, there are easier ways to go about a lot of this stuff. But I just think bridges are really cool to do. Because I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily use them, you know? Because there are other options. You know, you could easily route a different way and not go onto this tile at all. You could easily route around this. Like, there's so many other options. And I don't know. I just think it's really cool. If we have the option to make use of it, why not? So I'm going to put a road all the way out there so they can get to that research. And then we're probably going to nix out these two bad boys over there, so that we could put a road that comes in and around so that they can get to that. This is going to be going in here. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until that gets all finished up. Which is going to probably take a while, considering we are low on peeps here. So let's upgrade this bad boy. And let's upgrade that bad boy. So we get a little more housing for peeps, so we can get some more peeps going in here. Oh, uh-oh, the Kraken has grabbed free throw on Earth. Back to Earth really quickly. Oh no, what do we gotta do? Okay. It's got glass in it. What can we do? Can I do anything at all? I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. What is happening? I mean, I honestly have no idea. What is supposed to happen? They have not instructed me on anything. Is our ship just stuck then? Forever? I have no idea. I guess I'll just put it into fourth and see what happens. Yeah, I think our ship is just forever stuck by the Kraken. Interesting. I mean, luckily it's just glass for the time being. We can address it later. That is very, very strange. I'm gonna move our submarine over here for the time being. And then I did want to look up this because we did get the whale charmer. Charms the space whales Charms the space whales once completed. You may only... Okay, so it charms them, but what does it do? Makes them friendly, maybe? Question mark? You do need to have Astrobalium or whatever in order to do it, which we do not have yet. I mean, we have the capability to do it, but we just have not put one in place yet, which I was a little interested in. We are running short on time here, but I just wanted to see if we could put one of these bad boys in here. It does not fit. It does not fit. Okay. I feel like, yeah, on that type of tile. Interesting. I don't know, because it basically is saying that we can't do this here for whatever reason. But what about a deep mine? We can put a deep mine in. It causes extreme pollution, but maybe we'll go to a different planet and put it in. I mean, it doesn't require too much. We could go to Mars. Ooh, okay. Hold on. It's going to be a little bit longer episode. We're going to go to Mars really quickly, because we could put this in up here. The Kraken has grabbed... Okay. Wait, what did it say? So it got rid of one and it captured the other. So it does look like it will let go of one and then pick up the other, which really just causes kind of a nuisance, if anything. You know, it's just kind of a bummer to have that in place. Okay, so deep mine will give us infinite resources on this. And I don't want to put it in a place... Yeah, we could put it right there. That would be perfectly fine. Because that doesn't really affect too much stuff. Yeah, that should be fine. And we're not really going to go over that way anyway, so let's put that there. Cool. So that will get up and going because we have enough resources for it. So I guess we'll see... Yeah, I guess we'll see the outcome of that in our next episode. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below. Better yet, leave me a comment. Love reading through all of your comments. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. I do stream over on Twitch. Right now it's only 1 day a week, but you can find that in the description below, along with my Discord, which will update you if that 1 day a week happens to change, or if we change something with our YouTube scheduling or anything like that. It's a great place to get updated information. But other than that, guys, thank you for sticking through till the end. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.